The doctors and I actually don't really know. The pain started sophomore year of summer, or the summer after my sophomore year, and just normal soreness, stiffness, didn't really think anything of it. And then last year during the basketball season, it got bad, it got really bad, and I went to the doctor, and they just told me that I had a partial tear in both of my patellar tendons. And they said there was like 4 options or something I could do to fix them, and one of them was obviously surgery, just don't do anything. There was an injection, and then the procedure that I had done. I chose a minimally invasive procedure, and that was in September of this year, of my senior fall. So it put me out for basketball and football, but not baseball. To have to sit out and watch kind of sucked in a way, but I mean, I know I've said this before, but I still got to be a manager. I still got to be part of the team, even if I wasn't impacting the game directly. And I think that was the best case scenario for the situation that was given to me. I'm just glad that I didn't have to stay at home and not do anything. It's at the end of the day, it sucked, but I got over it, and I think it was better than it could have been. And I did have a lot of fun doing it, though. I will admit that. I did have a lot of fun spending time with all my friends and watching them play. When you're young, you think, oh, I can just do these things. I feel great, whatever. And then something will happen to you, and you're like, wow. I really have to I have to take things as they come. I can't take anything for granted. And I had the mentality of like, well, baseball is my last shot to play Esko sports in my career, so I have to make it count. I have to make sure I do everything I can to get healthy and have a good season. I knew that this was it. This was the last sport I was going to get to play in Esko, so I locked in from the start. I mean, we started open gyms in January, and I went to every single one of them. My knees were still a little sore, a little stiff, but I did what I could, and I really bought into the team. I bought into the season, and I think that really helped me have a successful year this year. Obviously, he's my father, and Sam's my brother, so obviously we've grown up together from our whole lives. But we'd always play wiffle ball in the backyard. We'd play 2-on-1. But last year and this year, to experience it with them, it's, in my opinion, is honestly the best thing that could have ever happened for me in high school, at least. During the games, I don't think about it. I don't think, wow, this is super cool. But after we get home, like after we won the championship, I went home. The Father's Day was next Sunday, and I was like, Dad, I got you a Father's Day present. And I grabbed the plaque off the table and handed it to him. Like it's just like you don't think about the things during the game, but after the game, you go home and reflect on it, and you're like, wow, this is pretty special. I'm moving into Mankato on my birthday, actually on August 17th. Kind of bittersweet to leave Esko. I've grown up here my whole life, and it's going to definitely be a new experience, have to meet a bunch of new guys, but it'll be nice to be on the baseball team. I'll have an instant group of friends right away. I think we start fall baseball on September 1st. So, I mean, right out of the gate, I'll be playing baseball. It's a huge honor. I mean, last year I got the Pine Journal one for the first time ever, and I'd never heard of it before. I was like, oh, well, this is pretty cool. I mean, I'm the first person to ever do this. And then to be not only the Pine Journal, but also the Duluth News Tribune player this year as well. It's a huge honor, and there's been a lot of great players in the area who've been named that, and I just think that it's another award on top of the many that I have this year. But it's super cool, and I'm super honored to be named the Player of the Year in both those newspapers. Baseball's always been my #1 sport. It's always been my first love. So that's kind of only been the sports I've wanted to play at the college level.